we have the M3 Grease Gun, which you would typically see used by a mortar crew. It's more of a short-range personal defense weapon, not comparable to a Garand, for example, in terms of range. The Americans started the war in terms of submachine guns with the Thompson, but it was a very expensive model. And as you can see, this is about as cheap as you can make it. It's comparable to the Sten gun in terms of looks. Not very pretty, but it gets the job done. Fires a 45 caliber, just like the Thompson. But the entire thing is just made to be easy to mass produce. Which is fine for a personal defense weapon for a mortar crew, for example. They're not going to be jumping, they're not going to be in the frontal assault per se. It's also very nice and compact, as you can see. It's called the Grease Gun, of course, because it does look a bit like what a car mechanic would use. Here you see the firing mechanism. This is even a cheaper version. The first ones actually had a little grip for you to pull the bolt back, because it's an open bolt weapon. But they cheapened it even further, and now you have this indentation here, which you can put your thumb behind to pull it back. Now it is ready to fire. The safety mechanism is also very simple. You just close the dust cover here, and you see this notch here goes into this cutout. There you go. Now it is unsafe because the notch is blocking the bolt from coming forward if you would accidentally depress the trigger. Magazine release is over here. Safety is off. Bolt is forward. Take the magazine out. It's a bit stiff. Here we go. 30 rounds of 45, I believe. Yeah. Looks like a single stack to me, but it might be double stacked. Given the size, I would say probably double stacked. So it's fairly ergonomic with your left thumb, easy to reach. Snaps into place, loaded. The stock, of course, can be folded out. Yep, push the button, comes out, clicks into place. Now you can shoulder it. It is not very heavy, it's not loaded, of course. It would add a little bit of weight. But there you have it. It's cheap, not very ergonomic, but it's a personal defense weapon, so you can't complain too much. Get the stock back in. There we go. The sights are about as crude as you would expect. It's just a simple hole with a post at the end. I'll show you here. Of course, the range on a pistol caliber submachine gun like this, it's not going to be great anyway, so you do not need marksman sights. It is also open bolt, so what that means is to fire it, you need to pull the bolt back. Hangs into position, and as you can see, the magazine can be seen right here. So you would have the bolt back, cartridges exposed, and only once you pull the trigger does the bolt come forward, strip a cartridge from the magazine, push it into the chamber and fires it right away. So that's also a detriment to accuracy, because you have this weight of the bolt. Every time you want to shoot, there's a short delay. When you pull the trigger, the bolt comes forward, and only then does it shoot. So it's really not a marksmanship platform, but it was never intended to be. Really nice piece of kit, and it goes very well with the mortar for what a mortar crew would have carried into combat.